Welcome to the All Things New Devotion Series. I'm Matt Parker. This is week 16, Abraham's Call. Day 1, Chosen for the World. Genesis 12, 1 through 3. The Lord said to Abram, "Go from your land, your relatives, and your father's house to the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you. I will curse anyone who treats you with contempt, and all the peoples on the earth will be blessed through you." As we look to this week's readings, it's fitting that the transition from a groaning creation to a dawning plan of redemption come just after Resurrection Sunday. Out of the groaning, our worship rises from the dust to a God that is simply worthy to receive it. This week marks the beginning of a new direction, one where God turns his attention towards the nations and the people scattered in rebellion. Here in Genesis 12, God launches the most epic rescue operation of all time into complete and full swing. And he does it with one man and one family, and his name is Abram. Some view Abram's call as, quote, favoritism. I mean, out of all the people on the earth, why him? Why his family? But even a cursory reading of the text reveals that God doesn't call Abraham away from the nations due to a lack of interest in them. He calls him for the nations. His election of Abram, soon to be Abraham, is a mission, a strategy. Mercy is actually taking shape in human history. Abram is told to leave all that's familiar and head towards a promised land that he can't even see yet. In his obedience, Abram writes the first chapter in the story of redemption. God intends to form the channel from which all the world's blessing will flow from this one man's family. God is narrowing the bloodline, not his compassion. He chooses this one man, this one family, in order that all the families of the world can know his outlandish goodness. To be blessed by God doesn't mean a life of ease, comfort, and status. In Genesis 12, it means to be sent by God. Abram's drawing near to God is to become the means by which all others are beckoned near as well. So, as the week dawns, we see the first strong rays of hope peeking over the horizon, piercing through the darkness of a post-Babel humanity. The nations were scattered, but they weren't forgotten. The God of all the earth has begun his rescue mission to reclaim the world through one obedient man, and through one covenant promise, and one family line that will eventually bring us to Jesus. As we discussed last week, it's easy to think of God's blessing mainly in terms of personal benefit. How have you thought of God's blessings this way rather than the terms of missional engagement? How does the reality of his mission impact the way that we should see his gifts to us as we continue on this journey of outflow to others? Father, I am thankful today that your choosing and election is never cruel or selfish. I'm glad that from the beginning your heart has been set on blessing and rescuing the nations. Help me to treat every blessing from your hand as one that carries missional purpose. Teach me to be gracious and hold all things with an open hand for the good and the blessing of others. Amen.